We have some proposals to stimulate demand. Additional consumer demand generated as a result, we expect will be in the range of 28,000 crores. We have some proposals to stimulate demand in the economy. I've broadly classified into two different compartments the content of what I'm likely to say today: consumer spending and that which goes for capital expenditure. The pandemic has affected adversely the economy. So the needs of the poor and the weaker sections have been addressed somewhat in the various announcements that we came up with, the PM Garib Kalyan Yojana, then the Atmanirbhar package and so on. Supply constraints have somewhat eased, but consumer demand still needs to be given a bit of a boost. The proposals which are getting presented today are designed in such a way that they can demand by front-loading some of the expenditure or by advancing, in other words, advancing some of the expenditure with some offsetting charges later. Others are directly linked to an increase in the GDP. So this is what is before us for today. So the consumer spending related proposal has two components to it. One is the LTC cash voucher scheme, and the other component within that consumer spending relates to special festival advance scheme, is on the LTC cash voucher scheme. You're all aware that government employees and many organized sector employees have had their jobs protected, their salaries protected, and as a result, some initial indications show that savings have increased. Because of the lockdown, many of them could not even spend their usual expenditure. So we would like to incentivize them to contribute to the revival of the demand for the benefit of the less fortunate. So what is it that we want to do to the leave travel concession cash voucher scheme? You are aware that central government employees in a block of 4 years, in this case we are taking the instant case which is between 2017-18, 18-19, 19-20 and 20-21, 4-year block in which employees normally would have gone or would have availed of one leave travel to any destination of their choice, or one leave travel concession or leave travel to any destination of their choice plus one to their hometown. Otherwise, if they didn't choose a leave travel to any one destination of their choice, they would go 2 times to their native village, which means air or rail fare as per their scale of pay, entitlement, and so on is reimbursed to them. And in addition to that, when they take the leave travel, they also get 10 days of leave encashment for that. The leave encashment has a tax component. They are they pay tax on it. Whereas the LTC, which is the travel fare, is tax exempt. In the scheme that we are coming up with now, all this remains the same. Where the taxation was levied on 10 days of their leave concession, that will still be levied. But on the airfare travel, it will not be levied. But can they travel now? They can't because of COVID. Many of them don't want to. So instead what we are offering is, they could have that money is given to them, for which we have had about 3 kinds of slabs created, and based on that 3 slabs, which is as per the government rules and procedures, they could spend that money in buying something of their choice. So the amount which is given to them as per their government rules, their rank, their position, their whatever, is now brought to 3 different slabs. And they are flat rate slabs, which is equivalent to the travel ticket, the round ticket that they would get. And that, which will continue to be tax-free, will have to be spent on items which have 12% or more GST tax levied on them. So you won't be buying those items of food, essentials like which are in 5% slab, but you will spend them on items which have 12% or more GST. You won't just spend that amount, you will spend 3 times that amount. So this comes as an advance for you, and you spend 3 times more on items which are 12% or more in GST taxation. And even more, you will spend them only in a digital mode, no cash transactions. And you will spend them only on GST registered places which sell such goods or provide such service. And therefore, a GST invoice will be required, and they will be reimbursed. All this has to be done, meaning you will have to spend it all by 31st March 2021. And our assessments are very conservative. We think that the central government employees, if they opt for it, this will cost around 5,675 crores. And employees of the public sector banks and employees of the public sector other undertakings will also be allowed to avail of this facility. And we think for them, for the PSBs and PSUs, the estimated cost for them will be about 1,900 crores, which anyway they will have to bear if the LTC schemes were to be running without any obstruction. But because of COVID, people are not able to travel. Now we want to tell them that you don't need to travel, but the travel fare you take and spend it so that it gives a boost to the economy. Now, the tax concessions, as I said earlier, are available for all those tickets which central government normally gives for the LTC. These tax concessions are available even for the state governments, so, and for the private sectors too. So if they choose to, we are not saying they should, if they choose to give such things for their employees, both the state governments and private sector, they, whoever in their roles is entitled for LTC, they will also get the benefit of the same taxation benefits which the central government employees get. So the demand infusion in the economy by the central government and central government public sector undertakings, we estimate will be around 19,000 crores, and this is an approximation. And demand infusion, even if, let us say, just 50% of the states opt to give this facility, because even their state government employees do get LTC, for them if they give, we think that will bring in about 9,000 crores. So that will be the demand infusion. And when we say state governments, we've given a conservative estimate. If all of them join, it can be even much more. And state governments again do have their own LTC designed to help the states. In some states, they allow the LTC only to travel within the state, and in some other states, they allow travel outside the states also. So there can be some variation in the scheme, but I'm only giving you a conservative estimate of 9,000 crore. So additional consumer demand generated as a result, we expect will be in the range of 28,000 crores. Under consumer spending, we now show you the second offer, which is Special Festival Advance Scheme. As you're all probably aware, till 6th Pay Commission, there was this provision for festival advance, which was at the, I think, highest level was 4,500 rupees per non-gazetted officer, rank and below. So it pertained only to people who were non-gazetted or below, and they were given a flat sum of 4,500, and then it was repaid little by little. Now that was abolished after the 6th Pay Commission. When the 7th Pay Commission came in, there was no special festival advance. We are now reviving it as a one-time affair. Now the 7th Pay Commission is on, as you're all aware, and it doesn't have a festival advance thing in it. But we are now reviving it just for one time, this one time. And in that, we are not limiting it only to the non-gazetted officials. It is now going to be available for all. 10,000 rupees and not 4,500, which was the last festival advance under the 6th Pay Commission. 10,000 rupees, and this shall be repaid in 10 installments. Back again, they would give it in 10 installments. But this festival advance will be available up to 31st March. I think what it shows in the presentation says 31st January. No, it will be up to 31st March. And this will be given as a prepaid RuPay card. So a prepaid RuPay card will be given to them. It's an interest-free advance. You will be able to use it for any festival up to 31st March 2021. 31st March 2021. So in the next 6 months you can use it. It's a prepaid card for 10,000 rupees. We are not limiting it for any one festival. We are not limiting it to the GST only shops. No, you could spend it anywhere you want. Of course, you can't draw it as cash from an ATM. The RuPay card gives you a prepaid 10,000 rupees. You can't withdraw cash with it, but you can spend it in anything that you want to spend it on. The spending will have to be done by 31st March 2021. For the central government employees, this would be about 4,000 crores which gets disbursed in the form of a festival advance, 10,000 rupees per employee. Now, if state governments also join into this, there shall be another 8,000 crores which can come in. But even if I don't make an allowance for all the state government and all the employees and only take 50% of them, about 4,000 crores is what I expect if state governments also go into the scheme. As a result, we will be able to have additional consumer demand generated to about 8,000 crores of rupees.